Hello and welcome to Under the Hard Hat. This is a safety podcast for the construction industry. My name is Brian Mesmer at Mesmer Safety on all the social medias, and today is Monday, August 30th. Last week was a pretty good week. Went to Atlanta, went to Nashville, spent some time with Mindy McKean and Kenny Gray in our IFP offices, got to teach a few defensive driving classes, went to a safety stand down. All of the things was really good. Really good. So this week we're going to go ahead and continue with our discussion about the 5 principles of human performance with our second principle of human performance, which says blame fixes nothing. Blame is an emotionally important but not operationally important. Blame makes an error a choice in retrospect, and error is not a choice. We learned that last week. Blame takes up emotional and intellectual space with little added value. Blame misdirects resources and strategies, and blame is the opposite of encouragement. Deterrence by blaming is not effective. So those are the things that we can talk about. When somebody has an incident, somebody makes an error, I think that individual who had the incident and or error knows they had the incident and or error. And I don't think they meant or intentionally I don't think they intentionally made the error. And that's kind of one of those principles, one of those things in blame fixes nothing. But emotionally, it's satisfying. It feels good to blame somebody because they're at fault. But it doesn't do anything for the organization. The only good thing that comes from an incident is actually learning from the incident so that we can attempt to not have that incident again. And that comes into principle, I think principle number 4, where learning is deliberate. So by blaming somebody, emotionally, you're satisfying yourself. But as leaders, our response to an error matters. And so what I would say is, let's not blame the individual, and let's relook at and reevaluate the process of how we got to this point. Was it the individual who got injured with the bandsaw? Was it because the bandsaw blade was not sharp enough? Was it because he was not trained on how to do the task of cutting with the bandsaw? Had he been trained but just didn't really realize where his hands were? Did we vice down the equipment or the material that the individual was bandsawing? Is it a fault in our process? Is it a fault in the tools that we've provided? Did we provide the right tool? Is the bandsaw the right tool? Like I said, rather than blame the employee, we should look at the process of how things occurred, because blame doesn't fix anything, but learning from it can. And that's this week's principle of human performance. Blame fixes nothing. So if you have questions, please reach out to your company safety representatives, or you can message me directly. Reminder, at Mesmer Safety and all the social medias. Don't forget to like, share, review, and subscribe to this podcast to get the latest and greatest. I appreciate all of the listeners. Also, be a friend, tell a friend. And that's it for today. Thank you all for listening, and be safe.